The next stop on our Niseko trip is the Ritz-Carlton Reserve. We took a taxi from the Park Hyatt to get there. Big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. One of the weaknesses of the Ritz is that the concierge didn't reach out to arrange transportation or meals ahead of time. For most luxury hotels, the concierge is usually proactive in reaching out to anticipate your needs. We ended up calling a large taxi since we had a lot of bags, and it cost about $62 US. Larger taxis are harder to call since it is a remote area, and you do need to arrange with the hotel concierge to make a reservation ahead of time. Unlike the Park Hyatt, the Ritz is smaller and doesn't have a shuttle bus from the airport. So if you are starting out from the airport,
we're like a herd of zombies.
You'll need to find a bus to Niseko, take the JR train, or call a very expensive taxi from the airport. Welcome to the Ritz-Carlton Reserve in Niseko Village. So we booked a stay using points, and this is the standard base room. Here we have the king-size bed. Feels pretty comfy. Excited to get a good night's sleep on here. And in front of me is a large TV. We have the workstation here and a sofa. It is not a pull-out bed. One thing that's really nice is they did have some goodies waiting for us. These are all locally made dairy snacks from Niseko. Over here is the minibar selection. Sebastian already started working on the minibar. Usually this would be an issue since most properties do have paid minibars. However, the minibar here is already included in your accommodation fee. They refill the minibar twice a day, one during the day when they usually make up the room, and a second time during turn-down service. I'm really interested in trying the Sapporo Classic because my ski instructor says that this is only in Hokkaido and this is like the good stuff. The minibar also has a bottle of sake, sparkling natural mineral water from Yamazaki, regular spring water from Niseko Village, oolong tea, and Pepsi. So those are all the different types of drinks. In addition to the complimentary minibar, we have Nespresso coffee. Here's a nice selection of teas. So green tea, the Secondo Flush, I don't know what that is, and Kikarki tea. My best guess is one is probably a black tea and the other one's like chamomile, but I'm gonna have to look this up. The room is pretty spacious and it can fit 2 people very comfortably here. If you do have a player 3, this is not a pull-out sofa, but I'm sure the sofa itself is more comfortable than the pull-out bed, so it's fine. Charging stations and light controls are by the bed, so USB and regular charging outlet, along with a bedside menu, so in-room dining. So there is butler service. I just inquired with the front desk what the butlers can actually do here. Stay tuned for later in the video when we figure out what the Dosan does. All right, let's flip it around and go to the bathroom. Standard double vanity, and all the amenities are from Soffies. One of the most impressive parts of the room is the onsen-inspired bathtub. It's nice and cool in here. So there's a little stool, water bucket, and bath salts are in the corner. And I'm sure during the day, this has an amazing view, so can't wait to try it out tomorrow. Nice plushy bathrobe. And in here is the bidet. This seat does not automatically open. And finally, we have the closet. It's a pretty compact walk-in closet, but it gets the job done. Each room also comes with pajamas. The pajamas can be worn anywhere except for the main lobby and dining areas, so you can wear these to the onsen or the spa. Slippers are down there and another robe. There's a throw up here in case you get cold, and also a safe. If you need to hang some coats, there's some more closet space over here by the front door. Also additional hooks in case you want to hang hats, gloves, or more coats. In case you're curious, our room is located here. Most of the floor are standard size rooms with the exceptions of a suite on each side. All right, and that wraps up the room tour. Let's go check out the rest of the property. The Ritz is located in Niseko Village and it's right across the way from the Hilton. When you walk outside the ski lockers, you'll find gondolas to Niseko Village, and if you stay on, it'll take you to the slopes. Aside from the village, there's not much around. However, you can take a free shuttle to explore Harafu. The Harafu shuttle goes around to the other hotels, JR Station, Milk Kobo, which we'll visit later in the video, and the Harafu Welcome Center, where there's a lot of bars and restaurants. Okay, it's dinner time and we chose a ramen restaurant. So this restaurant is powered by Ippudo and I'm really excited to try it because I'm a big fan of Ippudo in general. One nice thing is that you do use an iPad to order, so I'm ordering the tonkatsu ramen along with some appetizers. Prices are okay. So 1,760 yen for a tonkatsu ramen. Extra noodles, so the kadema is 220 yen. Appetizers are here, and most of the time, if chicken karage is on the menu, there's almost an 80% chance that Sebastian will order it if it's good. So here we are, chicken karage. That is a freshly deep-fried chicken wing. Nice crunch, solid flavor. I would recommend it. Next up, we have takoyaki. This looks really good. I'm excited to try it. Flavors are good. Noodles are here, and it looks really good. Let's try some. Tonkatsu broth is amazing, super hearty. Noodles are perfect. Nice, bouncy, not overcooked. Good flavors to absorb all the tonkatsu. Definitely recommend coming here if you are in the area. But we also ordered a fish, so let me take a bite of that. Fish is huge, basically whole fish sliced in half and grilled. Good flavors, slightly overcooked, but it's still good. Cool, I'm gonna wrap up here and catch up with you guys later. Compared to the Park Hyatt, I would say this is more on the bespoke side just because there are fewer rooms and there's definitely less people at the Ritz. Location-wise, the Ritz is right next to the Niseko Village. It's kind of a quiet village compared to most ski towns, so not much partying here, and most of the restaurants do close at 8:30. The food at the Ritz-Carlton is amazing, however, it's extremely pricey. I would say even more pricey than the Park Hyatt. One nice thing about the Park Hyatt is that there is a wide variety of food at various different price points. So if you just wanted to get a pizza over there, it'd be like 20 or 30 US dollars. Or if you want to splurge, you can go to the fancy French restaurant or do omakase sushi. Here at the Ritz, it's a little pricey. A Wagyu cheeseburger is 9,400 yen. It's like, absolutely not. I'm sure it's a great burger, but I just can't see myself spending 9,400 yen on a cheeseburger. Let's look at the in-room dining menu for an example. So for a donburi bowl, which is like the sashimi on top of rice, it would be 80,000 yen here. A reserve green salad with strawberries, quinoa, corn, cherry, tomatoes, red onion, house dressing, and toasted milk bread, 3,900 yen. Niseko Caesar salad, 4,100 yen. It's a bit on the pricey side. The amenities here are a little limited. Each room does come with a ski locker where you can put your skis and snow boots, although it did have a weird smell, so I'm not sure what's up with that. So Sebi and his sister basically ended up storing just the boots and skis there and taking their helmet up to the room. There is a public onsen that's divided by gender and also a private onsen that you can reserve for a small fee. The public onsen was really nice and there's an indoor and outdoor area, and that's open until midnight. In the main lobby area, there's a library full of various books, nice cozy fireplace, and the bar. During the daytime, there are complimentary cookies that you can find at the bar. The back area is where all the dining happens. Breakfast is going to be here, and towards the very back is the Sushi Nagi, which is the omakase restaurant. It's lunchtime, and pro tip is most of the lunch restaurants close by 3 p.m. Last call's probably at 1:30 or 2. So probably eat around 1 p.m. if you're looking to go to the village for lunch. It's about 2:40 when we started looking for lunch, and most of the places were closed except for the Chinese place and the pizza place. And I didn't really feel like paying for overpriced Chinese food in Japan, so we went with pizza because why not? This is the priciest pizza ever. So the Miyatake mushroom pizza is 1,500 yen. And this Meat Lovers is 2,400 yen. So definitely overpriced and on par with Ski Village prices. But let's see how it tastes.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
The pro is it has a lot of mushrooms. The con, I don't think is justifying the price point. Meat one's okay as well. So we have sausage, ham, bacon, prosciutto, good flavors, but again, does not justify the 2,400 yen price point. I like mushrooms, so my pick is the Miyatake pizza. $6 or $7 is the most I would want to pay for this in the US. So yeah, pro tip is if you're hungry for lunch, go earlier so you have a lot of more options. Okay, I'm gonna finish this off and catch up to you guys later. We did try Sushi Nagi here and we have no regrets. It was an amazing omakase experience. The chef has been with the Marriott Hotel Group for 10 years, and he's basically the guy they tap to open sushi restaurants throughout the world. So he opened a sushi restaurant at Dorado Beach in Puerto Rico and also the Venetian in Macau. So it was a really cool experience watching the master sushi chef at work and also learning about some of his processes. If you're a beginner skier like me, then I would say this side, so the Harafu side, is more ideal just because in Hanazono, there's only one kind of a bunny hill. And then after the bunny hill, it's like a really steep hill. So there's not many in between. But I noticed on the Harafu side, there's a lot of green and beginner hills that's more diverse than Hanazono. So if I were to do it again, I would definitely take ski lessons here in Harafu, either staying at the Hilton or the Ritz-Carlton. And the other nice thing about taking ski lessons on this side is that the lift pass is included. So rentals are cheaper here, lessons are cheaper, and it also includes a lift pass. If you do take ski lessons, you do have to make the hike over to the Hilton because that's where everyone meets. On one of the nights, we decided to check out the Hilton for the Hot Pot buffet and to use the resort's credits from the Hilton credit card. It was an interesting experience because for some reason, I expected something of higher quality for the price point. It was self-service, so we had to scoop our own broth and the meats were not premium cuts. It was 11,000 yen per person, which is about $73 US. This is a skip and avoid in my book. You're better off getting ramen in the village. All right, Sebi and Joe decided to go get one last ski day before we have to check out at 2 p.m. And I decided to explore some places in town. So the first stop is Milk Kobo. This is the dairy farm here, and they are famous for cheese tarts, cream puffs, and Hokkaido ice cream. One thing to note is that if you do want ice cream, either pay at the cashier and they'll give you a ticket to use on the vending machine. So it is cash only, but technically you can pay with the credit card in the main cashier and they'll give you a ticket to redeem. I got 2 scoops. So up first is the cheese tart, and then next is going to be the cream puff. And I think I should eat the cream puff first because I think it's melting. So let's go with this first, give it a taste. That's a really good cream puff. Definitely recommend it. Not too sweet. It's like ice cream inside, so not your traditional cream. So I'm gonna eat this really quickly since it is melting. One of the best cream puffs I've had in a while. So if you like the ice cream filling, definitely try it out. Okay, next up we have the cheese tart. This one was 250 yen, and that's significantly cheaper than what they charge in big cities in the US. So had to get one. That's really good. So it's a layer of cheese on top, and then there's also custard. But the nice thing is it's a little savory and not too sweet. Definitely recommend trying this one out as well. Redeemed a ticket for some ice cream. Got 2 scoops. One is milk and one is the strawberry yogurt flavor, mainly because I wanted to try an original and strawberries are famous here. Let's try it out. The milk is nice and creamy, good original flavor as a base, and the yogurt reminds me more of a sorbet, even though it is ice cream. But it's not as smooth, but still good flavors. Not too sweet, not too tart. Mixes really well together. Definitely try it out if you do make the trek over here. All right, let's do a quick tour of the first building. So the first one is kind of like the dairy one where there's an ice cream station, and let's take a look around. Right when you walk in, there's going to be a machine for ice cream. So what you do is if you have cash, you can put the coins in and select what you want. So you can choose from ice cream scoops, soft serve, or the probiotic drink. And I didn't realize that the probiotic drink that we had at the Park Hyatt was from here. So that's actually pretty cool that we did try it. I don't have any cash on me, so what I ended up doing was going to the main checkout cashier and asking them to issue an ice cream ticket for me. So I just handed the ice cream ticket to the person and it wasn't a problem at all. Lots of different flavors to choose from. So These are the rankings. Number 1 is original milk. Number 2 is strawberry yogurt. And number 3 is cookies and cream. Other flavors include black sesame, blueberry, green tea, roasted green tea, and ramen raisin. I haven't had ramen raisin, so that would be actually really interesting to try, but I went with 1 and 2. So ice cream scoops here. Choose from a waffle cone or cups. Here's the probiotic drink. Some goodies being baked in the oven. So we have the cream puffs down here. A few minutes ago, they were baking some cheese tarts, but looks like they're gone now. But yeah, fresh cream puffs. Cream puffs are filled with ice cream, so they melt really quickly, and definitely eat that first before eating a cheese tart. So cheese tarts, 250 yen, box of 6 for 1500. If you want cheese, they do have it here. These are my favorite cakes, and I'm going to pick up a few just as gifts. All right, around the corner, this is the main cashier. Lots of other options too. There's pudding custard, roll cake, and cheesecake. If we had more people here, I would definitely try the cheesecake because I love Japanese cheesecake. But I'm only one person here. Can't eat that much.
Challenge accepted.
But this register over here does take credit card. If you want a sit-down meal, you can order the full meals back here. Milk Kobo also has a chocolate factory. Here they are making all of the chocolates. There's another store across the street that is dedicated to the cacao and all the things they make with it. Let's check out some of the other buildings. All right, we are on the cacao side. So lots of cakes and chocolate goodies here. So here's the process of making chocolate. First up is you harvest, ferment, dry, clean, roast, break, winnowing, grinding, and then basically make chocolate. In the back, they are making the cakes. Right, and we have chocolate here. The bus pickup is actually across the street from where you get dropped off. So a bit of a hike. So it's right in front where all the people are waiting. If you do have time, definitely recommend checking out Milk Kobo. Back at the ramen place for lunch, and this time I got the miso ramen. This is actually different from the tonkatsu. The noodles are thicker, and the miso is like a smoky miso. I think it's more unique. So if you want traditional tonkatsu, you can't go wrong with that. But if you want to try something a little different, go with the miso. For lunch, there's also a limited menu. It's ramen and rice bowls only, so you're not going to find like the giant fish or any extra appetizers or salads here. All the extras are on the dinner menu. Since Sebastian decided to bring his own ski equipment for the trip, we need to pack it up so the hotel can ship it. You basically have to fill out this form. You need at least 3 or 4 days in advance. So since our flight is in 5 days, that's perfect timing. And then they will have it waiting for you at whichever airport, so either Haneda or Narita. I think the cost is about 4,000 yen, but I'll put the correct number on the screen. And I think it's definitely worth the price, especially since we are staying a few days in Sapporo, so I don't want to drag it onto the JR train. And then we're taking a flight to Tokyo, spending 2 days there, and then flying back home to San Francisco. Super convenient to have the luggage picked up from the Ritz-Carlton and then shipped to Haneda and meet us whenever we're ready to pick it up. On the last day, we took a taxi to the JR station to head back to Sapporo. The original plan was to take the free shuttle from the hotel to the JR station, but we missed it by a few minutes. The larger taxi was about $54 US. Overall, we really enjoyed our stay at the Ritz. It's a nice escape from a busy hotel since there are only 50 rooms. The skiing is also better on the Hirafu side, so if you're a beginner like me, it's perfect. The downside is that everything is a bit more expensive here compared to the Park Hyatt, but it is also good quality. Our only meal at the Ritz was at Sushi Nagi, and we loved it. If you made it this far in the video, leave a ramen emoji in the comments below and I'll try to heart and respond to it. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on this property? Would you stay here or at the Park Hyatt? Let me and the community know in the comments below. See you in the next one.
Am I red?
No, not yet.
It's delicious.
Here's Sebastian, 2 sakes deep because he didn't want to waste any sake in the mini bar.
Delicious. Delicious.